Hey Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today with the Athletic Field Day Hop. It's a sporty U2 hop, and we have a prize. This is a prize generously donated by Bella Boulevard. So in order to be eligible for the prize, stay tuned and I will share the details at the end. So that you just saw there is my layout that I created for this YouTube hop. It is created using various different Bella Boulevard collections. It's actually the boy and the girl version of the collection, and then a large digital die cut. And the font that I used for this is a Paige Evans font that I got from the Silhouette store. So I cut it out so that I had the negative, and then I'm going to back that, and then within that negative, I'm going to use the actual letters. You can see that S that's sitting there from swim. And so I'm going to use the outline of the letters to outline eat, sleep, and repeat in orange, and then swim, which is the bigger font with the main activity, is in a blue. And I've used a 6x8 paper pad that comes from Bella Boulevard that accompanies this collection. So I'm going to outline all of those letters with, back all of those letters with that sort of scallop, and I'm going to then insert underneath that the waves for swim so that swim stands out. Those of you who know me and follow my work know that both of my children are swimmers. My son is actually a very good swimmer. I swam growing up, so we are quite the swim family, and I have many layouts that have to do with swimming. So if you have a swimmer and or are interested in swimming layouts, do be sure to dig through my work and you will find a lot. I also have a Pinterest board that I also share the particular, it's called Swimming Layouts if you go to my Pinterest account, and I have another fellow swim mom who also shares her layouts over there. So you can also find my work, swimming layouts there. So I've just backed swim with the waves, and now I'm backing the other words using my ATG and then going into the smaller parts of the letters with my Prima glue pen as well, and then just sticking that down. So that is basically the foundation of the layout, and then I'm going to go in to punctuate those letters to make them more readable with these letters, outlines of the letters for the words. And again, these are all, it's actually just one alpha that I used, and it's from Paige Evans. So now I'm using my third form of adhesive, which is a Martha Stewart glue pen, and I'm going to adhere each of these letters down, and I will actually speed through this, especially for the orange letters, because truly all I'm doing is using my liquid glue pen to apply adhesive to the back of the letters. I am, for swim, going to put in the whites of the S and the W so that those letters stand out a little more. There is nothing wrong with them being left open with the blue behind, but I just think it's a little bit more distinct with the white in there, sort of the backing. So this picture is not actually of my son swimming. We often go away for swim weekends during championship seasons, and we end up staying in a hotel room. So this is sort of the Chinese laundry of a swim meet weekend, where one hangs up all of one's wet shirts, wet pants, wet towels, and there's usually more than one towel all over the hotel room while one is trying to nap, catch up on schoolwork, and eat. So literally a very appropriate title: eat, sleep, swim, and repeat. And we do that 3, sometimes 4 days consecutively. So that is the bulk of the layout there, and I thought I might maybe move the photo from where I had originally planned it, which is exactly where it is there, and I kind of played with it, but decided that there wasn't going to be room in either of those places. So now I'm just taking the ephemera die cuts, and I'm going to use those to fill in the spaces and the gaps, kind of so that it doesn't look like I have trapped space, which is what was really bothering me between the picture and swim there, but that octopus did a great job in covering up that trapped space or filling in that trapped space. And then I am also going to use some fish because all fish swim and a couple of other things, those waves, to just add a little bit of visual interest to the page. I do actually journal on this page. I will not do it on camera, and I'm actually going to journal above that speech bubble, and I don't put anything in that blue speech bubble, as well as journal below repeat. And again, it serves to tell my story as well as to fill in some of that space, but I left that space for the journaling intentionally. So there's many different little fishies to choose from, many different little embellishments. Some of them are theme appropriate, some of them are not. No need for mermaids on the boy page. However, I could have absolutely repeated this page for my daughter because I have similar pictures of her sitting underneath drying towels in a hotel room, and I could have used some of the more girly colored elements to repeat the page with the different elements in the collection there. So I do put a second speech bubble down the bottom in the orange, and in that speech bubble I have written down the name of the meet, where we were because we weren't in town, as well as the year, I believe. So just rifling through those, trying to find a couple more embellishments. As you can see, there are many, many, many embellishments to choose from, and I could have put a lot more on the page, but they really didn't serve any purpose for me. So I just put the ones that were relevant to me on the page and to the theme of the story. So I am now going to adhere all of those things down. I did pull some things. I wanted some stars as well. I felt like I had a lot of empty space on the left-hand side of that page, so I am going to use some stickers from... You can see the stickers just at the star stickers just at the bottom there. And I didn't have enough star stickers that were in the colors that I had used, so I will fussy cut a star as well as use my Big Kick to use the orange that's in this collection to cut out a star. And then there's that grid paper there as well that I will use for a similar star. When you're scrapbooking sports, stars are always a good thing because your athlete is a star and they perform star movements or actions, and it's just a great universal sort of element to put on your scrapbook pages. Now, I believe one of the other things that I do to this page is I'm bothered by the white space there, and so I do end up cutting a strip of pattern paper that is of a similar teal blue, and I'm going to put that down the left-hand side of the page there. But in the meantime, I'm going to literally just use my ATG and adhere all of these different elements down. I apologize for the pinging if you hear that. My daughter is trying to get a hold of me. So that is one of my many, many, many swim layouts. I have boy layouts, I have girl layouts, I have swim layouts that have fish on them, I have swim layouts that look fishy themed, I have swim layouts that look swimmy themed and some that don't look swimmy themed, but my children swim year round, and so there are many, many pictures that need scrapping and many, many milestones and memories that also require documenting. Well, they don't require it, but I do like to keep track of these things for them. If you are a swim parent, I do also have I have started for the first time this year, I have my son's swim journal, which I am keeping in a travel notebook. So every meet that he swims in, I have a picture of, and I am documenting either in some hidden form or obvious form his swims and whether he adds time or drops time and if he meets any milestones. So those are all the embellishments that I already have showed you that I just stuck down. It took me a while to do that. I wanted a few other stars, which I mentioned earlier, so I'm going to use one of those Bella Boulevard stars there and just put it on the orange and use that as a template for the orange star that will go in that cluster down on the bottom right hand side there. So you can see that I like directionality in my layouts. I either usually like clusters of 3, a trio, which this page doesn't have because it's very busy, but the directionality in the layout does move from the top left through that great big title there over to the right hand side. So this is where I've decided that I feel like you're just falling off the page and there's sort of nothing that grounds it. And so I toyed with that piece of paper there, those stars, and I really liked the stars because they were darker, but the stars felt like they were laying down. So those weren't going to work for me, but that blue sort of grid, random grid, was perfect. So I'm just going to cut a thin strip of that and adhere that down, but I am going to have to move the stars in order to get that there and not cover up those stars. Quick fix of that. Fortunately, they're stickers and they lifted off pretty easily. I did put them down fairly lightly, and I tend to do that to put things down lightly until I truly commit to them, because those of you who know me and know my scrapping do know that I tend to move things around a fair amount. So that looks a little better there. So that, my friends, is my sports layout for the athletic YouTube field hop. So in order to be eligible for the prize, you do need to follow each and every one of the participants. You need to subscribe to their channel and leave a comment on each and every video to be eligible to win the sports prize pack. The prize drawing will take place on February 16th. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope to see you back again soon. If you don't subscribe, remember you need to do that in order to be eligible to win the prize. Enjoy the close-ups. Thanks for stopping in today. Take care.